Alright, got to extend Frankenstein's dry shaft. Let me walk you through this a little bit here. What I did is originally I had just had that welded on right there, and there was another plate between here and here, and I took that plate out, just used this thick aluminum block to drill through where there wasn't holes and put grade 8 bolts through, and I got it all bolted down. And then I put it back together, tried to take it out, hit a bump, and voila, the dry shaft just popped right out. So I am a little bit short on the dry shaft, at least a good inch. So what I'm going to do is recut one of my welds, like right here, and add about an inch of what I took off a while back to extend the dry shaft, and hopefully that'll keep it from popping out, and it'll be long enough. This is all trial and error, just trying to figure out. So I'm gonna unbolt it from right here and bring it inside the garage and cut that and add an inch to it. Alright, I got my dry shaft cut and all ground down, smoothed off, and got my donor piece over here, which I need to measure and cut down and then smooth off, and then we'll get her welded in. Howdy y'all, I know I didn't finish recording yesterday. When I was working on the dry shaft, I did finish it, and I did get it back installed, and then later that night in the dark, I had the Jeep follow me, and I took Frankenstein back out and ran up and down the hills, clear out far into the desert, some rough terrain. Yeah, I was bouncing everywhere, and we ended up getting the truck back and had no problems. I'm wearing this because I'm cold today. It's chilly even in the house. We got like 38-mile-an-hour sustained winds out here in Nevada right now. It is blowing through every little crack in the house it could find. And so I guess the other little projects I'm working on right now, I started up the drag car and I moved it into a better position for the body that I'm going to use for the drag car. And I got this adapter here. It's just a 2-barrel adapter, and I'm going to use this. See, I got this little Dodge 50 Ram with the 2.6 liter in it, and it's got a header on it, and I got that for some work I did for somebody, some engine work, and it's got this little junk carburetor on it that doesn't idle right, doesn't run right at all. So I know that 302 I have out here, the one I'm going to build for the drag car into a 347, that one right there, that engine ran great, had good compression, you know, I had no problems with the carburetor. So I popped that 302 carburetor off of there, got it sitting in the garage, and I'm going to take that 302 carburetor and put it on that little 2.6 and see if that'll wake it up a little bit. Other than that, all I've been doing is working on cleaning up the property, trying to get some of these trees cut up we've already got felled, and just cleaning up trash that's wind blows around and I got piled up out back from the original cleaning up of the front yard when I bought the property. Just been doing a whole lot of boring crap. That's why I haven't been doing a lot of recording. That's kind of where we're sitting at right now. Frankenstein ran great. Had no problem getting up and down the sand hills. No problem with my dry shaft finally. It's gonna need a few more test runs, different position, different predicaments, I suppose, and try to like put it sideways here and there to see how it's going to perform. When I go to do that, I'll have some people out there with me just in case I roll down the hill or something. And to help keep an eye on what I'm doing. But that's where we're at right now. And I'll make sure that gets recorded when we go out there and do that in daytime hours. But this entire next week, they're calling for nothing but nasty winds. And I spent half the morning sneezing. And it's probably, I'm sure, it's because these winds blowing, whatever's blowing over from California and down south. It's being blown over the mountain with everything starting to, sprout from spring. But anyways, I guess that's where we're at right now. And the Fordishi's coming along too. I still am trying to figure out a way to pull the rocker arms off of the Fordishi, because we tightened them down too tight, and now all the valves are staying open. I'll explain more on that later, about where the mistake was made. Shouldn't have actually been a mistake. I don't know, I guess I'll just talk about it now. We went ahead and we had the lifter soaking for an entire week or more, maybe even, inside of a can of oil, completely covered. Alright, took the lifters out, we put them in, they're hydraulic lifters. Alright, we measured out our push rods, got the push rods ordered, everything done, and then we tightened it down just so where it was just barely touching the top of the push rod. At that point, you give it half a turn, okay, for preload. We did exactly that. And now that we've cranked the engine over a few times, somehow the lifters magically pump themselves up even further than what they were, and now all the rocker arms, or all the valves, are staying open and not closing. So we got to pull the rocker arms back off and retighten them. It's kind of blows, but because we're pressed on. I've tried like some gear pullers, the three-way claws, but you can't get three-way claws onto the rocker arm. At least not the set that I have, because it just slips off. So I tried some gear pullers, but the metal would have worked perfect. My dad brought it over, but it'd work, and we tried it, and it just bent the arms, collapsing because the arms are too thin. But it would have worked if they had stronger metal. Neither here nor there, because it didn't work. But that's kind of where we're sitting at right now. Just wanted to give you guys that update, fill you in, let you know what's going on.